Young Life is a place where kids just get together and we get to hang out and have fun, but also get to learn a little more about God and who He is.
It's just like awesome because you feel so accepted there.
I feel like Young Life is an opportunity where you can connect with others and connect with God.
Young Life to me is about people and relationships.
Young Life is a place you can go where you can hang out with your friends and learn more about God.
When I think of Young Life, I think about relationships. I think about the opportunity to get to know people, to get to know students. I think about fun.
Just to meet all these other people that love Jesus, and it's not just in Chippewa. Young Life affects people all over the country.
The goal is to build relationships with kids so that they have adult influences in their life and to introduce them to the idea of having a personal relationship with Christ.
Young Life is a place where I feel at home and comfortable with everyone that's there.
I've kind of lost track of my faith, but this has really helped me bring it back and show me that He's always there no matter what. And I love that you can be whoever you want to be in there, and you don't have anything to worry about or anyone to impress or anything. You can just be yourself. We talked about what we how we see God and where we see Him and kind of how He influences our life.
When I think of Young Life, I think about living out the gospel, living out the love of Jesus with people.
And as soon as I got confirmed from my church, I kind of stopped going, and it was kind of hard for me because my church wasn't exactly what I wanted to get out of my faith or my experience. I didn't feel like I belonged there. I didn't feel like I was ever a good enough Christian, or in their eyes I just wasn't a good enough all-around person. Even though I wasn't perfect, she still loved me, and so does God, and that's a huge lesson that Young Life has taught me, and that the church I went to didn't teach me. But I think that's the reason God put Young Life in my life, was to teach me that, because I really needed to know that. I'm really good in my faith in Young Life and work crew, and Young Life camps have just helped me and changed me as a person, and it's really amazing.
Young Life in my life was friendships with adults who reached out to me at a time in my life when things weren't going that well. And they were the people who saw in me value and worth that I didn't see in myself.
About going where kids are, entering their world, their culture, getting to know them, getting to love them before we share the good news of Jesus Christ with them.
A lot of the things we do is go to school activities at the high schools, like football games, basketball games, just whatever things kids are involved in, just to be there and just show up for the kids and talk to them, make relationships. And then we have club every Monday night.
The directors that are adults have been amazing for her because it's given her another adult in her life to pray with her when she's struggling with something and to give her support. And I've just noticed a lot more confidence in Rachel and self-esteem.
My Young Life leader, Mary, she's like my mom. I absolutely love her. And she's just been an amazing person in my life, because not only in camp did she talk to me about hard times and things that were going on with my family and friends in high school, she's always there for me.
Well, my favorite Young Life leader is just someone who calls me and asks me to hang out or just asks me how I'm doing. We don't always have to talk about God, we just talk about life, and it's really cool to have someone on your side.
Reach out, to reach into their world, and to pursue them like Jesus pursues us. It's a great privilege that we have, and I just love being able to do that.
Nate, which is one of the leaders, and Chris and a bunch of others were able to just help me when I was struggling with stuff, talk to me personally one-on-one, invite me to lunch, eat with me, see what was going on in my life. My Young Life leaders make me feel really important. They treat me like I'm the only person in the world sometimes. Through Young Life, I've learned that God is more than just God. He's a friend, He's a mentor, He's there for you.
After camp, she came back and she said how it completely changed her world. And one of the reasons growing up, we really didn't go to church as a family because one of us was Catholic and one was Lutheran, and it just never quite worked out. And Rachel's been an inspiration to all of us to have a better relationship with God.
I first went to Castaway because my friend Nick brought me there, and it totally changed my life because before Young Life, I never went to church or anything, and then after Young Life, my whole family started coming to church with me, and Christ just changed my life. So after I went to camp, I really gave my life to Christ, and now I feel God's love, and I just know that He's real, and just made a huge impact on my life and completely changed the way I look at it. I just really felt God's love that day for me. It was just really inspirational.
Here in 8th grade, and I was uprooted from my youth group in church in Minnesota. And when I moved here, I got in the youth group right away, and it was all right, but then it completely fell apart. And so I didn't really have anything or anywhere to go. And so then Cody Bishel and Nick got me involved in Young Life, and they got me to go to camp 2 summers ago, which was really cool. I grew a lot there, and I decided to be baptized, which was really cool. Then I graduated, and now I'm coming back as a leader in training to continue, being around and involved in Young Life.
Personally, without Young Life, I don't think that I would have a relationship with God, or at least a real one, because nothing about God seemed attractive to me when I was in high school. I didn't want to go to church. Sophomore year, the fall, I accepted Christ, and my whole life changed from there. So Young Life has definitely made a huge impact in my life, and I just want to give everything I can back to that and love on kids like I was loved. I took kids to camp last summer, and it was absolutely amazing. I developed awesome relationships with all of them.
Behind this smile, I'm really just like you, afraid and tired and insecure of you. Love me right in the eye. Would you see the real me inside? Would you take the time to tell me what I need to hear? Tell me that I'm not forgotten. Show me there's a God who can be more than all I've ever wanted. 'Cause right now I need a little hope. I need to know that I'm not alone. Maybe God is calling you tonight to tell me something that might save my life. Save my life. I am just like everyone. Jesus, I need you, I need your love to save my life.
My name is Patty Iverson, and my son Ryan was introduced to Young Life, which now would probably be about 6 years ago. He was in high school. He kept talking about this camp that he wanted to go to, and I was a single mom, and at the time didn't have a lot of money, and the area director at the time said that if we'd be interested, they could come up with some scholarship money so that he could go. And I took him up on that offer, and I was so glad that I did, because truly it was a life-changing experience for Ryan. Faith was always an important part of our life, but it wasn't anything that we really shared. But there was something very different about him when he got off the bus, and I knew right away that it had had a profound impact on his life. I really believe that his experience with Young Life shaped who he is as a young man now. He decided to go into social work and will be graduating from college with that degree. He's gone on mission trips to help people learn about their faith, and it really all started with Young Life.
My daughter joined Young Life a few years ago, and it's been a huge part of her life ever since. Not only has she been blessed with great role models and mentors, but also a great group of diversified teenagers who are all there for the same reason she is. The friends that she's met along the way, I believe, will be lifelong friends. And Young Life has really helped her discover who she is inside.
Nick came back after camp, his first camp, I think a changed person. I think it's really been a major step up character-wise for Nick and given him more confidence, and I can't say enough about Young Life.
Young Life was a big part of my life. It definitely changed my views on a lot of things and made me open up to a lot of different people.
Since Young Life, I've grown a lot closer to God and have formed a better relationship with Him.
It's really changed me, and it's made me consider doing Young Life Ministries in the future. I really want to be a leader because I love the idea that kids get to learn about the gospel.
Where I was at, I was unsure if I believed in God or not. Went to Young Life Camp 2 years ago, and it just strengthened my faith in God and really helped me be a better person in life.
I do Young Life because I know that there's students out there who aren't going to show up at church, they're not going to show up at youth group, and they're waiting for somebody to reach out to them, to love them regardless, whether they make a decision to follow Christ, to love Jesus, if they believe in God or not.
I got involved with Young Life because I love teenagers. I love hanging out with teenagers, having them over for lunch, and just being involved in their lives. And maybe you're not the kind of person who loves hanging out with teens. Maybe you can help facilitate that and be involved in another way. Maybe there's another way that you can serve through this awesome ministry.
Donating to Young Life means opening the door for them.
When I think about why Young Life, of all the different youth ministries or opportunities out there, there's really one key statement that sticks out to me, and that is Young Life believes, and I believe, that kids have the right to hear the good news from someone who knows them and loves them.
So I'll shake off these heavy chains and wipe away every stain, 'cause I'm not who I used to be. I am